This video will help prepare you for the topic of the average rate of change of a function. Now let's first have a little preview of what they meant by the average rate of change of a function. So let's say if we had the function f of x equals to x squared, which in this case is the graph in black, so the parabola-shaped or U-shaped function. And we said, okay, what is the average rate of change from x equals to -2, which on the graph would be this point, -2, 4, to, let's say, x equals to 3, which would be this point here on the parabola. And we said, okay, what is the average rate of change of the function from -2 to +3? What that would mean is to find what is the slope of the line that goes through those 2 points on the function. So what we need to do to find this average rate of change, some of the preparation you need first to find the slope of a line, to remind you that if you have the slope of a line, and let's say if you have the point x1, y1 and x2, y2, recall that the slope of the line is given by the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, one thing to note, some students say y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, and that's fine. You get the same answer either way. You just got to be consistent about which value is first in the numerator and denominator. Is it from the first point or is it from the second point? So in this case, so we have the point -2, 4 is this point on the function, and we have the value 3, 9 is this point on the line. So to find the slope of the line for this example, remember that would be, so we have our x1, y1, and x2, y2. So it'll be y2 minus y1, so 4 minus 9 over x2 minus x1, so -2 minus 3, so that would be what? -5 over -5, which would be +1. So the slope of the line connecting those 2 points would be 1. And that will be, as you'll see when you talk about the average rate of change and other videos, would be the average rate of change of the function from x equals to -2 to x equals to 3. Now, another thing that sometimes the instructors would want you to do is to find what is the equation of that line. So remember, one way to find the equation of a line is to use what is called the point-slope form of the equation of a line. That if you had your slope is m, and let's say you have a point, let's just say x1, y1, then the equation of the line would be y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So in this case, using this example, we had our slope as 1. We could use either point. You'd get the same answer either way. Let's use the point 3, 9. So the equation of this line would be y minus our y coordinate of our point, so 9, equals to our slope, which in this case was 1, times x minus the x coordinate of our point, which was 3. Now often they like you to have it in the form, the slope-intercept form, which is that y equal to mx plus b form, which usually means two things. One, distribute that slope value, so the 1 to get rid of the parentheses. So you just get y minus 9 equals to x minus 3. And then add in this case, add 9 to both sides, get the y by itself. So you get y equals to x adding 9 to both sides, so y equals to x plus 6. So that would be the equation of the line in slope-intercept form if they had so wished. Now, just a few other things to note to help prepare you for when you talk about the average rate of change, or reminders about the slope, is that, remember, if the slope is positive, then as you go from left to right, the line is going upwards. Okay, so it could be like that, could be going like that, or it could be just like that. But no matter what, as you're going from left to right, the slope is going upwards. And then if your slope is negative, that means as you're going from left to right on the graph, the line is going downwards, something like that, or it could be very steep. But again, the line would be going downwards. And then, what does it mean if the slope is neither one of those? What if the slope is 0? Well, remember, that would mean that the line is a horizontal line. So it would look like that. Like if you chose any 2 points on the line and used that slope formula, what you would end up with is 0 over a non-zero number, which would equal to 0. And then similar to that is, what if the slope is undefined? Which algebraically, that would mean if you use the slope formula, you would get a 0 in the denominator. And remember, when you have a 0 in the denominator, the fraction is undefined. And that would happen in the case if the line was vertical. So that is to help you prepare for the average rate of change of a function.